Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar on stock SIP. This is Aditya Singh and I am a product manager here at ICICI Direct, and I'll be taking you through our stock SIP or systematic equity plan offering, and I'll give you a brief understanding of what stock SIP actually is. Stock SIP or SEP allows you to invest a specified sum of money or quantity at regular intervals in a consistent manner. Simply put, if you want to invest rupees 100 per month in an individual stock or ETF, or if you want to buy one quantity or two quantity of individual stock of or ETF at regular intervals, you can do it in an automated way through our stock SIP offering. So simply put, it is same as SIP what you do in mutual funds, but it is focused on individual stocks or ETFs. So the only difference remains that you do a stock SIP in a stock which you have conviction on, and you truly believe that it will be good for your long-term wealth creation. Now the question arises is why should you do a stock SIP and not a mutual fund SIP or any other kind of SIP? So first of all, we know that SIP is a time-tested method of long-term wealth creation. And when you focus it on a single stock, the compounding increases exponentially. So if you, that is, you are putting a singular bet on a singular stock and you are going long term on that. Secondly, it inculcates financial discipline in you. So you don't have to worry about entering the market or exiting the market, or you don't have to worry about where to place your money. It will automatically do it on your behalf. You just have to set the frequency and the amount that you want to invest. Thirdly, and the most important point that we can focus on is the power of compounding. And hence, if the stock price grows, your total corpus grows in a compounded way through stock SIP. Uh, One more point that is very important to customers, it is very light on the wallet. So you can start with as small as one quantity in any stock that you have conviction on, and you can start an SIP in that. You don't have to worry about bringing in large investment amounts to build your corpus. You can do it in a automated, planned manner through stock SIP. And lastly, it is one of the most important things that many people try is timing the market. So as stock SIP helps you in making it irrelevant, because you don't have to worry about entry or exit points. You just have to maintain a conviction that you will invest regularly in that particular stock. And I'll show you a small presentation through which we can understand how conviction is as important as whether timing the entry or exit is important, as important as both. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So this is a small, very easy to understand presentation. So this takes you through an investment journey where a customer or a person has invested 1,000 rupees per month as SIP in Nifty 50 index for the last 10 years. Now the two things we have to focus on is if the person had invested on a monthly high of per every month in Nifty 50, and if he had invested in monthly low, that is, he had timed the market correctly every single time every month, how both have paired. So this person, the person who has invested at a monthly high, has not timed the market at all, and this person has timed the market every single time. So you can see that the 1,20,000 amount has grown to 2,23,000 rupees approximately, and the for the other person who has timed the market exactly has grown to 2,40,000. So the only difference is about 17,000 rupees for a period of 10 years. So you can just understand that timing is not as important as we perceive it to be, because this person had not timed the market at all for the last 10 years. He had just been consistent in investing the money. So through this graph, we can understand that rather than focusing on timing the market or exit or entry points, we have to maintain a financial discipline and invest regularly. And stock SIP is exactly focused on that only. Now, this was a small presentation to show you the benefits of stock SIP. Now we'll focus on the offering itself that we have at ICICI Direct. So we have a host of new features that we have introduced with stock SIP as an offering. So you can play around, you can modify, you can cancel, you can do everything with SIP as you can do in other mutual funds or any other investment method. So you can pause the SCP whenever you like. If you don't have the funds for that month, you can just pause it for 1 month and it will auto renew, auto start after 1 month. Similarly, you can define the period for how much you want to pause it for. Secondly, you can trigger the SCP on the same date. So for mutual funds, it generally takes T+1 or T+2 days to invest, get that money invested. In this case, it is directly going in your investment as soon as you trigger it. Thirdly, auto renew. So you can just check mark that you want to auto renew this SIP when the period ends. So for example, you have put in as 10 years as the investment period. And after 10 years, you might not remember to auto renew it. You just put in a check mark and the system will auto renew it after 10 years. Lastly, and was one of the most innovative features that we have put in stock SIP is step up. So we know that over the period of lifetime, our income grows on a long-term trend. So it grows as the years move on. So why shouldn't our investment amount also grow in terms of that rate only? So step up is a feature focused on that. So what you can do is you can step up the amount or quantity for your stock SIP. So for this month, if you're investing one stock in one stock, in the next month you can step it up to 2 months automatically. So system will step it up one quantity each month. So you can play around with that, and I'll show you how we can do that. Lastly, you can visit this page dedicated to SEP and you can get to know how the stock SIP works. So this is a stock SIP calculator that we have also put in to get an understanding of how my investment will fare in future. You can just put in the expected rate of return and you can check your corpus, how much will it grow in the next few years. So as a demo, we will take ITC as a stock. And just if I had invested one quantity of ITC and my rate of return is 8%, and I'll just see how my investment has fared over the years. So my stock SIP is ITC one quantity per month for next 10 years. And the rate of return that I am expecting it to be is grow at 8%. So my total investment amount is 41,000 rupees approximately, and it has grown to 63,000 rupees approximately. So you can just play around with the numbers here and get an understanding of what is the expected amount that I'll be able to get. You can just see the graph as well in terms of how it has grown per year, per month, or per daily basis, whatever the frequency you set it to be. Now, coming to the crux of the whole presentation is how do I place an stock SIP request. So simply, this is the main page that we see when we log into our ICICI Direct platform. Now we go to place order and simply you can see that there is a button stock SIP. I'll click on that and there is a button place stock SIP. So this is the main page where you can place stock SIP. You just have to select the index, the stock you want to invest in. So I'm taking ITC again. And this is the type. So type simply represents whether you want this SIP to be amount based SIP or a quantity based SIP. So if you want to invest a specific sum of money per month, then you will select amount based SIP. And if you want to invest in particular number of shares, then you will select quantity based SIP. So I'll just select quantity based SIP and I'll select 5 stocks, that is randomly. And the next column is frequency. So frequency is basically for the period you want to invest in this stock SIP. So it is whether you want to invest in it monthly, fortnightly, weekly, or daily. You have all the options. It is as per your choice how you want to plan your investment to be. So I'll just select weekly, and the you can just select the periods, or you can select till cancellation. That is, until and unless you cancel this SIP, it will continue to continue to get invested till perpetuity. Now start date is if I want to, for example, I want to start the SIP next week. So this is the date I'll select. Now this is the feature that I was talking about, that is step up. So for example, I want to step it up monthly on a monthly basis, and the quantity should be 3. So for example, this I have selected 5 quantity as the initial amount. So after each 1 month, it will step my investment by 3 quantity. So the next month it will be 8, next to that month will be 11, and so on. And this will be in a completely automated way. There is no manual intervention required. I'll just select proceed for confirmation, and my stock SIP is placed. So from next week, automatically the amount will get deducted, and I'll have a SIP running in my account. It is as simple as that. You can now, coming back to the other features, like you can just check what are the SIPs that I have placed. So it is available at a single dashboard, where you can see that which stock you have invested in and what are the criteria that you have put in. You can see the next stock SIP date, and you can modify the SIP. You can pause it, you can cancel step up, you can cancel this SIP itself. So if, for example, I'm no more interested in this SIP, or for example, I want to pause it for 1 month, I'll just click on pause and select the pause end date. This will give me a pop-up, and my SIP is paused. So the power is in the customer's hand, whether he want to pause it, cancel it, resume it. You can play with it as much you want. Now lastly, we have stock SIP request book. So this is basically your complete investment dashboard kind of thing, where you can see your cancelled SIPs, the SIPs you have requested, the SIPs you have paused, what are the dates when you had invested in, and the complete know of you can keep a complete track of all your stock SIPs here. So this was my presentation on stock SIP. Now we can take some questions if we have in the chat.
Thanks, Aditya. So let's move on to the first question. Can I modify or cancel my SIP at a later stage?
Yes. So as I mentioned, you have a complete freedom to pause it, cancel it at any period of time. So whether you had made 3 investments in this stock SIP, for example, this SIP was running for next 3 months, and you somehow you want to cancel it, you can just click here on cancel. It will give you a pop-up. You can cancel the SIP, and the investment amount that you had done already, that will not be affected until unless you sell it from your holdings. It will remain intact in your portfolio. Yeah, so you can do as much cancellation or modification as you want.
Great. Moving on to the next question that I can see is, do amount get auto debited or do I need to allocate funds?
Great question. So for our 3-in-1 account holders, that is ICICI Bank account holders, the amount will automatically get debited from your account. You don't have to worry about allocation. But for our 2-in-1 account holders, they have to come and allocate some funds here on a before the SIP trigger date. So that is the 2 bifurcation. For 2-in-1 account holders, yes, you have to come and allocate it. Otherwise, your SIP might fail. Yeah.
Let's move on to the third question. I think it's a frequently most asked question that I can see on the chat. are there any additional charge to place and stock SIP?
Yeah, this is asked a lot of times. So there is no additional charge required. There will not be any fee attached to placing a stock SIP. It is completely free for all ICICI Direct customers. And the only thing that will be charged is the brokerage and the STT and other charges. Nothing additional fees for using this feature will be levied upon the customer.
Aditya, I think that's it from the Q&A part. Over to you.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I believe it is a very useful feature to use, and I hope you all explore it as much as you want. And thank you for tuning in. Have a great experience. Thank you.